Hello everybody. I know you're super excited, and I was very, very nearly late because I started to read through all the comments that are already happening here, and I'm just amazed how you all turned into this really, really lovely chatty lot. So that's really nice to actually see. I'm still trying to catch up with you. I guess the theme here, by the sound of it, is that people just maybe want to meet up at some point. We are planning our retreats for next year. We don't know quite yet how they're going to be in terms of numbers, even venues. Especially the winter one, we're waiting for confirmation. I'm pretty certain the summer one is as had before. That had to be obviously put off until next year. So there's quite a few people booked on there already. But as soon as we've got any details, we'll definitely let you know. So I'm still scrolling through the comments. There's just so many. Oh gosh, and so many people of you. I can't even read all of them because that's all I will be doing. So, and yes, this time I put the sound on first, and then changed the screen to me basically. So I thought I mustn't be silent this time because that would be just too cruel to anybody. And I'm planning on a completely blooper-free live stream today. So wish me luck. It'll be fine. It's really nice. I've been so excited I'm excited every time, as you can tell, when it's the new subscription box and the beginning of the month, and I'm able to open them up for you and show you what's inside before any of you have seen it when they come through your door or your letterbox or gets delivered by the postman. I do know that there are people who've got special relationships with their postman because they basically run towards them, and the postman gets just as excited as the people who are receiving the boxes because he's delivering this special parcel. And if you don't know what the parcels look like, unless you order lots of other things with it, which of course you can when you are a subscriber, you can add items to your subscription box free of postage charge. You just have to let us know, and obviously there's a cap in terms of weight, but usually people don't reach that cap because wool and bits and pieces don't weigh that much. But of course you can add into it, and then it might not look the way that the maker's box, for example, looks when that comes to you. It's the red box like that. It obviously has the postage stamp at the front, and this is going to be somebody's. I'm not even going to unwrap it or touch it because one of you will get this one, this very, very one. And if you're getting a surprise box, it's the blue box. And if you're getting a fairy box, it is the pink box up there, but it does come in a even pinker envelope. So if you're just getting the boxes and nothing extra added, which is a rare occasion, I will tell you that, then this is what you have to look out for peeping out of your postman's bag: red, blue, or pink, or maybe all three. Who knows? So that's basically the outer wrapping, but I don't want to hold the suspense too long. I'm going to start with a surprise box today, and the reason I'm really super excited is not because I can open this month's surprise box, but I'm going to open last month's surprise box. And that was the theme of cupcakes, and just me opening last month's surprise box might just give you an idea of what these surprise boxes are like and how lush and colorful they are. So that's the first thing I will be doing. I'm just going to see who is here, who I need to say hello to. So we've got Alicia here. Hi Jackie, hi Diane, hi Helen, hi Faith, hi Stephanie, hi Ellis, maybe? I'm not so good at pronouncing names. Nixie, we've got we've got Chandra here. Hello, yes, pink. I know you like pink, Chandra. We've got Alex here. Alex says, hi everyone, and Steffi, I can't wait for this one as I'm going to try to do the black and tan one like Liffy, our dog. Oh, you've got a little Dachshund. Oh, love them. We'll need to make the legs a little longer. That's absolutely fine. Jane is there. Hi Jane. Dawn is there. And Faith says, oh, I loved the wool I got in my surprise box the last couple of months. So there you go. got a satisfied customer there. Diane is there, another Diane. I think I said already Helen, but if I haven't, then I'll say it now. And Alicia says she's making her starfish from the Under the Sea kit now. Excellent. Nixie says, hello, I'm in Valley, just making out an order. Found my discount code card, hope it works. Absolutely, it will work. As everybody knows, the discounts don't work on the subscription boxes because we've already literally given all the financial benefit back to our subscribers. So that's why they're such good value for money when you're buying your box, because you get absolutely loads in there. And the numbers obviously mean that we pack lots all in one go, and therefore it's more time efficient, therefore we can keep them at a good and reasonable price for you. So let's start with the surprise box. Oh, I did put them all in a good place. So this is this month's no, this is last month's. They all look the same from the outside. Sometimes we end up with white boxes because they don't have the brown, but they usually come in a brown box. So either of those. This one here is last month. So this is the one I'm going to be opening. This one is this month, which is tropical cocktails. Okay. So remember, I am not opening right now this month's box. I'm just giving you a little idea of what these surprise boxes look like in theory, well, and in practice, but a month late in this case. So I'm even going to turn it the right way around so you can see what it's like when you open it. Okay, ready? Surprise box, last month, not this month. So you open it up, and the first thing you see is you get a little leaflet, and it tells you what the fibers are in there. There's not always fibers, just fibers. There's also other things in there, so you will see in a minute. And in this one drops, we had the flesh pink tops, we had the seashell shimmer, the berries, the pastel rainbow, and the light yellow. And then we tell you a little bit about the fibers that we're putting in there. So for example, the rainbow drops white, we love the joyful sprinkles of color in our rainbow drops. So sprinkles gives you a bit of a obviously gives you an idea of what you could be using it in terms of cupcakes, but we're not at all telling you to make cupcakes from it. You can make whatever you like, or you can just look at them and stroke them and keep them safe in a box and pull them out now and then, have a bit of fluff therapy. That's absolutely fine. The flesh pink tops, a super useful color, soft dusky natural pink, great for hands, faces, and frosting, of course. So the seashell shimmer, and it goes on and it goes on. I don't want to go on too much about it because this box you're not getting anyway. I'm just giving you a taster. So remember, you're not getting this box. And then, of course, it's always wrapped in very noisy tissue paper. I'll try and open this carefully. And then when you open it, there you are. It looks like that. That's nice. That makes me want to eat cupcakes, actually. This one has gone a bit topsy-turvy because it's too much wool in there. Sticks out too much. But they're all individually positioned in little cupcake holders. So basically, that's what our surprise boxes could be looking like. Always depending on the theme. It's entirely left to your imagination. We in this one we've put a little sweet treat, which I think quite a few received, and then also last month was our birthday month, so we put this free butterfly project in there as well. So there's always definitely a surprise in there, and just think cocktails. Just think cocktails, and then you're already halfway there. This is not this month's box. I keep telling that this was June's box, the cupcake theme. But because it's a surprise box, I am under strict instructions, though I really, really do want to be naughty. I'm not allowed to open. I'm not allowed to, but I'm not, it's not that I'm not allowed to open it. I am allowed to open it. I'm just not allowed to show you. So, haha. So therefore, I can open it and look inside. Tropical cocktails. I wonder what's in there. Ooh, nice. Ooh. Oh, love it. Oh, there's something that is in there that's definitely my favorite. Ooh. Oh. Ooh. Oh, that's amazing. Oh, and look what you're getting. Ta-da! If you can guess that, you're very good. I'm putting it back in. It's just absolutely lush. It makes me want to drink a cocktail, actually. Lots and lots of colourful cocktails. Anyway, that's all I can tell you. It's not me. It's Sophie. She's the one who doesn't want you to see it. I'd love you to see it. But Sophie's the one. She's the bad one. She doesn't want you to see them. I'd love to show them to you. Honestly. I've got to close it up again. So, sorry. You have to complain to Sophie. She's like, don't show them the box. And I'm like, oh, just show them the box. It'll still be a surprise. Anyway, that's the surprise boxes. So, having teased you hopefully so much that you're now desperate to get one, then that's my job done, basically. So, but they are really nice. I'm not just saying it for the sake of, oh, look, I left this out. That needs to go back in there. I'll put that on top. So basically, surprise boxes, always a huge arrangement of a themed splash of color or special fibers. We've had curls in there before. We've had not just colorful wool in there before. We've had all the maybe animal colors in there. We've had so many different themed boxes, and we've had a fireworks. We've had a winter wonderland. And we're sort of trying to go a little bit with the seasons as well, so you can imagine that that what might be coming up in terms of colors and special fibers. Right. So let's see. What are people saying? So I can add my order with a subscription. That's absolutely fine, because and then what you need to do is, if you're adding anything to your subscription box, get your subscription box first. And then if you have an order that you want to, because that works separately, if you have an order that you want to, if you've got your subscription box and you want to add to your subscription box that you've already got, let's get this straight, then you just have a code box at the end when you're checking out, where you can put a discount code in, or any code basically. You can put in there add to sub, and that gives you free postage. However, if you already have got a discount code, you can only use one discount code. So if you've got a discount code, because we always give you a discount code in our makers boxes if you want to buy more of the things that you've already got in the box because you want to make more, then you can use that discount code, but you can't use another one. Then just message us and say, can this be added to my subscription box, and we just refund you the postage. There's no, we don't quibble it. We'll just literally refund you the postage. So we don't want you to pay extra postage when you don't have to, when we only send it out in one big parcel, and we are paying the postage once, so why should you pay it twice? That's basically the reason behind this. So, what else? Oh, Kathy says her June kit arrived today. Eagerly awaiting my second fairy. Okay, shall we do fairies next then in that case? Oh, and Angelia. Hi, Steffi. I'm new and really excited. Welcome on board to this fluffy group here. We're all really friendly, and I'm sure you will get lots of hellos and highs. Anne says, hi from Cardiff, Wales, waiting for my subscription box to arrive. Not long. Oh, did I explain that right, Emma? The add to subs. I think I did. So you can always add an order to an existing subscription by just put the code add to subs, and that's all capital letters, ADD, and then TOSUBS, all in one word, into the code box. But if you're using any other code, you can't use multiple codes. So use the code that you want to use if you've got a discount code or anything like this, and then just let us know that you want the order added to your subscription box, which obviously will be sent out when the subscription box goes out, and then we just refund you your postage that you've paid that you don't need to pay. I said it again. Pamela says, good morning. Good morning to you in Oregon. I'm getting quite used to having viewers from the US now. Dawn says, I've got my mug and wool today. Thank you. Oh, talking of which, I've got my mug with tea here and another mug without tea there. And I'm just going to have a little zip. I tell you what I did today. I rushed my lunch down because at 2 o'clock I need to be ready and ready to roll. And I made my lunch this morning when I left home. And you're going to room with me today. I managed to cut up 3 garlic cloves in my lunch today. I stink to high heaven. I think I just have to stay away from anybody today. I'm not going to be visited by anyway at any time soon. I think getting this garlic out of my system will require several days and lots of water. So is anybody buffering today? Ooh, it says on my end that I've got an excellent reception, but you never know, it might change. Steffi, that is what my husband says. I do is just collect the fluff. Oh, well, there's nothing wrong with collecting fluff. It is for me too, but maybe my internet. Oh, I'm so sorry if you are buffering. I'm just gonna have a little look if I can change something here. I don't think I can because don't want to make the quality too bad, but let's try this. I don't know if this made any difference whatsoever. It's fluff therapy. Thank you, Chandra, of course. Fab will definitely look into the surprise box. What a great idea to get a delivery of something exciting. And it's a surprise. Nixie says, looks yummy. Jackie says, I ordered today but forgot to say add to subs. Oops. Just literally drop us a line, Jackie, because there's no guarantee that I will remember it after this, and then we'll refund you the postage. We do this all the time. Donna says, wow, that box is beautiful. Really looks like a box of cakes from the bakery. Absolutely. And Jackie says, oh, they look lovely. Shame I missed that month's box. We sometimes, if we've got spare boxes, we do lucky dip. If we collect enough, and then you might be in for a lucky treat, a lucky sweet treat. But remember, this month, July, we're talking about is tropical cocktails. Nixie says, I love surprises. Please don't show us. No, I won't. I was only pulling your leg. I don't want to show them to you either. But it's much more fun to blame somebody for it. Oh, cocktails, is gin included? Well, who knows what's in there? I'm not even going to comment. Taste the bottles. Now you're pushing your luck. I saw green, says Alicia. Well, I sometimes see red, I can tell you that. So, but that's for other reasons. The free gift could be mint sprigs. Aha! Yes, well, I don't know if they last that long because we're quite nifty in packing those boxes at the beginning of the month. Yes, I am naughty, I know. Sorry, Nixie. Donna says, good idea. I'm not saying it, what's in there. Yes, please, Alicia. Cherry, no cherry. Haha, you took the words out of my mouth. Now, tease. Of course I'm teasing. Good Sophie. Yes, Chandra, I know where your loyalties lie. Stick up for the person that I'm obviously being very mean to. Faith says, love it, can't wait for the box to arrive. Will have to be mocktails for me, but just as much fun. Oh, I can't drink alcohol either. It just I have a sip of alcohol and I just want to go to bed and go to sleep. So doesn't sound much fun. I'm much better off without. No, Sophie is correct. It wouldn't be a surprise if they saw it. Absolutely. Yes, you make me want one, and I really want that last month's. Oh, I might order one and wait till Christmas to open it. Oh, that's extra disciplined, Chandra. And I know you can manage it. Lizzie says, hi everyone, better late than never. YouTube wasn't being friendly. Oh, I'm so sorry, Lizzie. You've only just missed a little bit. Alicia says, Chandra, how could you? I would never have the willpower. And Nixie Faith says, that makes sense. Now, thank you for explaining money of stuff, etc. And Lizzie says, oh, so you saw what time I put my order through? Nope, forgot my password. Okay, I'm not sure I'm reading this in the right order, but I'm trying to. And Diane says, yes, I'm always adding to subs. So if anybody needs to know how to do it, then just ask Diane. But we also have in our subscription boxes, I'm jumping ahead, subscription boxes on the back, useful information of the newsletter, on the subscription newsletter, and that explains exactly to you how you can add to, does it? Yes. That explains all kinds of things to you. And then, of course, on the front, it also explains to you if you want to add to a sub what to do. Because I was up to changing all the listings and banners. I know. Emma's done a brilliant job. She's there at midnight to change all the photos around so that because we've had issues in the past where people thought they were buying next month's box and then they see the photo of the previous month that has just gone and they think they're getting that one. So now now we've got Emma who can stay up that late, whereas I'm in deep slumber at that time because I get up at 5 in the morning. The mug is so lovely, I couldn't bring myself to put coffee in it. No, you must put coffee in it because it tastes extra good. Wow, that was a big long buffer. Oh, sorry, terrible buffering when you're overexcited. No, you don't. Garlic is so good for you. Bonus helps with social I hadn't thought of that. Eat garlic for social distancing purposes. You're all talking so much. I can't get to the end of this chat. I had a few wee things I added a few wee things to my sub order, intending to tell I know now what OH means. It means other half. It would be a good anniversary gift. He surprised me on Monday with a surprise gift. Oops. Oh, it is such a beautiful brooch. Oh, you are being spoiled, Donna. You're being spoiled. Anyway, let's move on. Fairy box. Oh, I needed to take a sip. Okay. This Wild Rose fairy box this month is a definite favorite of mine. I just love wild roses. I love them because they just hang out, don't they? They hang out, they look really happy, like they don't have a care in the world, and in all of that, they just look really beautiful in their simplicity, which is what I love about them. To be honest, but I do love the ones particularly that are a bit more inconspicuous and I don't know, they're just there. And they surprise you because you never know when you meet them and what color they are. And then when you look close, you actually notice, wow, you are quite amazing in terms of your colors, because they often have either quite a contrast between their petals and the inside, which can be sort of like bright green or yellow. And the petals can go from a really, really almost neon pink to a pale pink or white. And the fairy subscription boxes always come in this thin box, which if you just have that one, that actually fits through the letterbox. So if you are not at home, most people at the moment are, but when we're all getting really busy again and we're never at home, then you can rely on this being stuck through your letterbox and you don't have to be there to receive it. Let's open it up. We have to always tape this one down because it gets rather full. So when you open your fairy box up, there you are. It also has this lovely tissue paper. And first of all, you're always greeted by the newsletter, which is in all of our boxes. There, it tells you a little story about the project, why it might be of interest to make. There, gives you the contents of the box there as well, and it always gives you a photo of the next month's project, which in August is going to be the sunflower fairy. And I'll just bring her a little bit closer because she's one of our first diverse fairies that we are making. I think she's really beautiful, and the colors, it was just one of those things where it couldn't be anything else but this one. Just absolutely stunning. And so this is August there. And that's the newsletter. And then in this box you get lots. So you get all the materials to make the fairy. And in this one you have this beautiful rose ribbon there. You get the wild curls that she needs to have on her head. You get Angelina fiber to make the wings. You get your extra strong thread, that's what you need to tie the wool under her head. You always get a medium needle in there. Oh, I need to say something else about the other yes, so that's me speaking out loud, a mental note. And then of course you get all the materials in there, and there's also pipe cleaner somewhere in there, hiding away. Just gonna make sure it's there. Yes, no, not there. There, yeah, it's there. And then you get one of our extra strong pipe cleaners. I don't even want to disturb this too much because I know who's packed this. It's Alice, and she's so nice that she just does the best job packing. I love how she puts so much care into packing this. So I'm going to put this back together again. There is a special, you've got a really special treat with this fairy, because you're going to see me making it on Sunday from beginning to end on the Create and Craft Facebook page on the 5th of July at 2 p.m. They have an all day, in fact they have an all weekend, Saturday and Sunday, live event where there's going to be lots of people making, so it's like live tutorials, not just needle felting. In fact, we're the only needle felter throughout the whole weekend. And you can watch, dip in and out if you like. It is on Facebook. The best thing is, obviously it stays on Facebook, so you can come back to it. But I would hope that we can take extracts from that video and also post it on our YouTube channel. Haven't told you this yet, Emma. I'm telling you herewith. And then there will be lots and lots of useful tips on that, because what we do is we always take parts out of this video and share them with you, so that you know when we get to making the some specific part of the project, to help you work it out as well. We will do that with that video when it's done on Sunday. So obviously we can't do that yet because it's not out there yet, but once it's out there we will take extracts of it and share it with you specifically. So today I'm not going to give you too much of how to do certain things, because you'll see all of it from beginning to end on Sunday. And what's more, you can win the fairy that I'm making live on Sunday. You can become your very own fairy godmother by winning the fairy, and we will tell you during that 45-minute tutorial what you need to do to win that fairy. It's that easy. So anybody can enter, anybody can win it. And one of these, and this is basically what the fairy looks like this month. This is the Wild Rose Fairy. So she has got, no, she doesn't. Let's get the one next to it. In fact, maybe get this one. There. She has got a tiny little bird sitting on her hand there. I don't know if you can see it. Tiny little bird on her hand. She has got little rose decorations, because so you get that rose ribbon that you first of all fit around her waist, so you can make that as a nice feature around her. And then you can cut some, you get enough so that you can cut individual roses off to decorate her dress. She has got Angelina fiber wings, and then she's got this wild yellow hair that's just perfect for the Wild Rose Fairy. And if you want to make, if you make your fairy, this is a tip sort of in general, you can make, tidy them up here a little bit by just tearing little wisps of wool out, and it just sort of freshens them up. You can also that way shorten them, but if you just want to freshen them up a little bit, because you might have handled them quite a lot with putting the decorations on, just take tiny little wisps off and freshen your fairy up to make it nice and fluffy and wispy again. So you can see a fairy like that being made on Sunday at 2 p.m. That's British summertime again, on Facebook. And the Facebook page, hopefully Emma will be sharing this now, is the Creative Craft Show. And it's an all weekend event starting on Saturday the 4th of July, and we will be live on there on the 5th of July at 2 p.m. That's just us needle felting, but there's lots of other chit chat going on, lots of other people sharing their specialty craft, whether that is sewing, card making, printing, all kinds of things. It's definitely worth having a look at the whole thing, but if you are struck for time, then just come and see us at 2 p.m. Right, so that's the fairy. What do I need to tell you? Is there anything else I need to tell you about this? I think everybody's probably really waiting for the Dachshunds as well. If you, one of the other things I will say is, if with a fairy box, with a subscription box, it's slightly different as with any of the other boxes. These are also available to purchase as a one-off. It just means that if you are buying it as a subscription, you save yourself 20%. Now, all of our subscriptions, and that's worth saying, you can cancel anytime. We do not tie you in a contract. None of them. Whether that is the surprise box, the fairy box, or the maker's box. We really, really want you to want them. We don't want you to dread them. So you can cancel anytime. There's no small print or anything like this that suddenly you are forced to get our boxes. We'd hate that. You can also skip payments. So if there is a month where you are, for whatever reason, you are pushed to do the project, whether you don't like it or whether you haven't got the time or whether you just need to save your pennies 1 month, then you can skip boxes and just pick it up whenever you're ready to pick it up again. That in the first box of the fairy box, you will get a special instruction sheet which you need to keep. It's this one here, and that's the basic shape for angel, fairies and figures. We only put this in the first box. We know that it's your first box, so you get that in there and you keep that, because the instructions that you get after that, they're based on this as a first instruction sheet. And on the instruction it will tell you, so you know that too, it basically says make a basic fairy shape according to the basic shape for angels, fairies and figures instructions. So you know that you have to do that, and then pick up from the last step on here, and then it's just the individual variation of the fairy that you will be making thereon. So that's basically how it works with the fairy boxes. So if you want to get just a single fairy, then you can purchase just a one-off box. That also means that if you've missed out in our subscription and you want to backdate some of the fairies, then you can do. I will, however, tell you that we are definitely already sold out, or maybe we've just got one, I can't remember, of the Forget Me Not fairy. That was a very popular one last month. And we've upped the numbers now for our Wild Rose fairy to make sure that nobody misses out on it, even if you just want a one-off, maybe next month, because you said that Wild Roses are really, really fun to make. And the other thing about the fairy box, I will say, is that there will be a free tutorial of how to make a life-size, realistic Wild Rose fairy brooch. And Emma will post that link on there now. I meant to remember it, but can't remember it. It's very soon. It's very, very soon. I just can't remember how soon. Emma, give me a bit of a hint when... oh, God. I wish we weren't buffering. I tell you one thing. I'm just going to do one thing. I just need to send a message to some people. In here, because I can just tell everybody to stay off the Wi-Fi. Right, let's see what happens there. Sorry, I can't talk and write. That's just too beyond my capabilities. But sometimes that helps if I put people on the pot here and just say, just don't use any of it right now. Right, there we go. Got you all back again now. Right. Thank you. People love the sunflower. All the sunflower fairies. Beautiful. I have the other 2 subscription boxes as well. I'm better with a structured box. My imagination isn't very good. Oh, Jane, you always undermine yourself. I know you have an amazing imagination. Kathy says, we'll bring forward my substate. The fairy is beauty. Oh, yeah, that's a good point. Thank you for reminding me, Kathy. You can also change you can always bring it forward or backwards. You manage your own subscription. Again, that is explained on the back of each newsletter. If you ever get stuck, just drop us a line or give us a call and we will help you out with any queries that you've got, or even do it for you. And so you can cancel your subscription, you can skip your subscription, and you can also bring your subscription date forward or put it back, depending how it fits with your life or how patient or impatient you are. And so you can the month, or you can bring it back to the last day of the month. That's entirely up to you. You can also change your address if you're moving, and you can change your card details on that subscription account that you're managing yourself as well. So if you want it to come out of another account, maybe your husband's, then or your partner's or your future boyfriend or whatever, then you can do that too. You can all do all of that. I'm giving you ideas now, aren't I? But they're good ideas, so you can do that from there too. We've got Erica has joined us. Hi Erica. Hi Erica. Alicia says, I'm sure Emma can put a link up of how to order the fairy kit. Absolutely. Haven't seen Emma. Oh yeah, there is Emma. She's here. Cool competition time and the Steffi Stern original. I always pronounce it the German way, my name, which there is a reason for it. I will just tell you that very quickly. So my surname, Stern, is word for star. And I'll be totally honest with you, I'd rather it means star than the back of a ship or somebody being stern. Right. It's a no-brainer, right? You'd rather be a star than the back of a ship, okay? So I always say it the German way to make a point. My children don't. They also share that name, but they say it the English way. Erica says she has no credit card. Well, you don't need a credit card. You can have a debit card as well. I don't know if you mean that is the same thing. Jackie says I missed when the competition is going to be. So the actual stream for how to make the Rose Fairy is on the 5th of July at 2 p.m. British Summer Time on the Creative Craft Show Facebook page, which is you just have to find it. Give them a like as well, because they're really and then during this 45-minute tutorial that I will be doing, we will tell you what you need to do to win yourself a fairy. It's nothing bad, I promise you. We're not asking you to jump off a bridge or something like that. It's just really, really simple. Everybody can enter it. It's dead easy. So contact the makers. They might have an alternative method for you. Definitely get in touch, Erica. If we can sort something out for you, we will. Steffi, I've got your first book, made a large bee, but it didn't come out out that big as I didn't have your kit. Only 5 inches. Still, that's one big bee, definitely. Alicia says Sunday on Creative Craft Show's Facebook page, 2 p.m. live. Thank you very much, Alicia. You've got it in writing as well now. Okay, I can't really read that because I have no idea. Oh, Alicia says she's changing her hair to brown curls so it looks like me. Oh, you don't need to look exactly like the fairy. You can just, sorry, I'm replying now to one of the comments here. Okay, I think I've got to move on. There's just so much chatter going on. I just want to read it all. Okay. Wild Rose tutorial. That's a good one. I knew it was very soon. Wild Rose tutorial is actually the day after I make the Wild Rose. So it's the Monday the 6th of July at 2 p.m. So you get me 24 hours later, straight away from Sunday, go straight to Monday, 2 p.m. and I show you how to make the Wild Rose to go with your Wild Rose Fairy. Right, let's put the fairy box away because we're going to our Maker's Box. We've just celebrated 3 years of our Maker's Box. That was the first one that we ever did, and 3 years later we're still doing it, and they've just got better and better and better. And this month you can make 3 very handsome dachshunds. He's skipping along. In fact, he's probably about to cock his leg. So, and there. So you've got your short-haired. These have been extremely popular over the last couple of years, or maybe even longer. You find them on just about everything, whether that is as a picture on a mug, pillowcases, soft furniture of all kinds, greeting cards, doorstops, I don't know, everything. Draft excluders, nice and long. They just seem to be everywhere because there's just such little charming little dogs, and he's coming really close to say hello. There you go. This one's called Daffy. I've named them after dogs that I actually either owned myself or met. So this one I met. And then we've got, this is Peggy. She's a long-haired dachshund. And she's a dog that I knew from my childhood. So that's Peggy. Woof, woof. And then we've got Dexter. Dexter is a wirehead. He's a very handsome chap. He has got a little tag on as well, and a little collar, so you can see them really close up. They're quite firmly felted, so I'm squishing them. They're one of the firmer items that we felted. You can make them anatomically correct if you wish. It's not in the instructions, so I refuse point blank to needle felt willies on instructions, but you can make them. You can make them if you want to. I'm not stopping you. I'm just saying I didn't do it. I want them to be there now, but it's nothing high enough. So I'm just going to keep them here. So let's have a look at the box. So the box comes in the red package, and it's this one here. You can see it's number 38. Wow, 38. And of course, like with all the boxes, open it up, and it has got that's our newsletter this month, by the way, which on the back you can make you get the template to make these lovely colorful peg dolls that I actually haven't got a single one down here now because they're all upstairs. I've got a sneeze now as well. It's still that hay fever. Must be the wild roses, the pollen that's getting to my nose. Right, and then you've got red tissue paper in this one. You get your Maker's Box newsletter here as well. Always, as with the fairies, it does tell you on here the box contains a little story about the project. It also tells you on this occasion that if you've never needle felted before, then we give you an idea of which Dachshund to start with, and that is the short-haired one. Oh, I must tell you something else. There seems to be something, I think people are missing this. If you're a subscriber, in every subscription box on the newsletter, you are given an exclusive discount code. It's just yours. We don't hand this out to anybody else. It's only the subscribers. And it gives you 15 to 20%, depending on the project, off the fibers and some of the materials that we have used in this box. So for example, just to give you an idea, there is a code in there that you obviously have to use, which I'm not going to put out there in the public because it's yours. And on this one here, you get 15% off standard core wool, fox rust brown New Zealand merino, black dyed New Zealand merino, stone sheep lamb, natural black, honey caracal, hair brown merino, cream South American tops, yellow South American tops, and tops, and the red brown alpaca tops. Of all of that, you get 15% off. How cool is that? So yes, definitely use your codes to get items off on our. And this is only 15%. It's very often they're 20%, and that's the same with the fairy. And then you get your instructions. This is a whooper of an. This is the biggest instructions I think we've ever printed. So there's 12 pages. Most importantly, you do get templates on the back, and then you have the first part of the Dachshunds. I think it's the first 4 pages even. It doesn't matter yet which one you're deciding to do because they all start out the same way. So the first few pictures here, up until you get to the legs, so you make the torso and the head, up until you get to the legs, that's when you've got to decide on the color of the Dachshund that you're making. So you can just make the basic shape, and then when you get, you then decide on the color, but all of the Dachshunds have got exactly the same shape. And it's the only thing that varies are the color of the legs and the color of the ears, and then the color of the tails, which you attach later on according to whichever Dachshund you're doing. And it actually starts out with a short-haired Dachshund, then it goes to the long-haired Dachshund, and then the last one is the wire-haired Dachshund. And you get your template in there. All of our instructions, they now have a handy centimeter tape on the side, which means that if we talk in centimeters, you can also hold it against that. We talk in our instructions in grams, but we also always try and give you a visual aid of what that might be. So yeah, there's not much more to say really. If we say there's 50 grams of standard core wool in there, and we say to you take a good pinch off, which is about 5 grams, and then the rest split into 3, so you end up with 15 grams per dog or thereabouts, then that kind of makes sense in if you haven't got scales, but you can also check it if you do have scales. So we never ask you to weigh less than 1 gram. If we don't ask you to weigh anything really, but we never we don't refer it in grams to less than 1 gram, because you don't need that level of detail. So if it's less than 1 gram, it's usually a pinch or a wisp. Yeah, it's a bit random. And obviously then you get in there what you need to make the dogs with. And I will talk a little bit about these fibers in a minute, but before I do that, you also get in your Dachshund subscription box for July, you get the little strands of the collars that you make the collars with. You get the little tags that are little hearts, and they say handmade with love. And then for this one, we're trying something new. You actually get 4mm black glass beads in there, so you're actually sewing the eyes on rather than sticking the pin into the eye with a glue-in eye. And that is one of the things that I would like to show and demonstrate you. But first of all, I'm going to talk a little bit about these colors that are in the box. All of our boxes have always an amazing array of colors and different fibers in there, and I'm just going to take them out because it might be good to just have a chat about them. So here you have got, this is what the body is made of mostly, and as I said earlier, that is 50 grams of standard core wool, and you take a good pinch off, and a good pinch is probably that, all right? That's about 5 grams. Even you could even take a little bit more off. It doesn't really matter so much because you're working according to a template. Whether you have 1 or 2 more grams or even 3 or 4, it's not the end of the world. So you have all of this. That is for all of the 3 dogs. And then you've got this rust brown. That's a dyed New Zealand merino. And as you can guess, it goes into the long-haired. You can see it's there. And it also goes into the short-haired. The short-haired is easier because all you're using in this one is the dyed black wool and the fox rust brown. There's not much mixing of wool going on. Very, very little mixing of wool going on. Okay, so this is why he's quite easy. Now you've got 2 types of black in there. You can probably just about see that in the camera actually. This one here is a dyed New Zealand merino. So this one was a white wool and has been dyed black. This one here is a natural black. It's not entirely the color of the sheep, but it has got mostly natural fibers in it and some dyed black fibers. As you can tell, this black is definitely used for him. Okay, and then this black here is definitely used for him because it already looks like a wire hair type mix, but we do mix a bit more of the lighter fibers in there as well. Saying that, I have had a Dachshund that was quite black, so if you have a particular Dachshund that you want to make a portrait of, then you can mix more or less of that fiber into it. And that one here is the caracal, the honey caracal, and then underneath hiding there is the hair brown. So these 2 colors together with that color there are for the wire-haired Dachshund. In general, you might dip in and out of some of the fibers, but we totally explain that in the instructions. And then for this one here, you get the 3 color tops. So you have got your yellow, your cream, and the red-brown alpaca here. Together with that makes these lovely shades and wispy feathery parts of that Dachshund. And in the ears here, you can see it's slightly darker. That's why you put the alpaca, the darker red brown in there, and the same on top of the back here. It's slightly darker. But again, if you have a particular Dachshund in mind, you can make them lighter, more golden, more blonde, or make them darker. That's entirely up to you. So that's the wool explained, and what I want to do now is I want to show you how to do the head, because the head is a slightly different technique that you might or might not have used before. So I wanted to show you how to do that, and I'm just going to put this back. It's probably a different order to what it was in there before. Oh dear, I'm going to get into trouble for upsetting that, but I'm just going to hand it back and they can make it look nice again. There we are. Put that all back in there again. And seal that up. Can go back in the box. Okay. You also get, I should also just say that I'll come back to the head, but you also get a free sample in your pack this month, and the free sample is our neon green. And what better can you do out of that than tennis ball? So you can use that green sample and make your very own tennis ball for your very own little dog to play with. So there you go. Perfect for a tennis ball. Absolutely love this. A mini variety of a tennis ball. So that should be you should be able to do that with the green wool in there. If you want to make it bigger, or you felt it down really solidly, you can always make it white inside first and then just color it in. Or if you want to make more than one tennis ball and you want to save the green wool, then make the white core first with the white wool. You will have some of this core wool left over, and then color it in with the green. Right, so I'm coming back now. I'm going to show you how to make the head of the Dachshund. Okay, the head of the Dachshund. So I've worked a little bit ahead. I have made the body, which is this. So this is the deeper chest, and then this is the slimmer waist. Okay, and I have used the template here. That one up there is the first one, and I've kept measuring it against it to make sure that it sort of fits into that shape there, and that's looking really good. It's not too solid, because as we're working on the shaping, it will shrink down. So this bit here is bigger than this bit down there. So to make the head, once you've split the wool apart and all the rest of it, you take your white wool like that, and you fold it in half like that. So at the moment, if it's flat, it's as long as it is wide. You fold it in half, and then you just roll in the top bit, so you're keeping that nice and pointy already. So you're rolling it so that this is fluffy and this is a lot more shaped there. Oh yes, I've just remembered something else. If this is your first box, which I'm guessing a lot of you watching, certainly today, you are getting your first box. In your very first box, you are now getting, instead of the foam mat, you get our new basic wool mat. This is not as sophisticated as our earth wool mat, which a lot of you have got already, but it is definitely perfect for needle felting. This is the earth mat. That's the smallest size of the earth mat we do. That's the basic wool mat. The basic wool mat comes in two parts like that. It's got a Hessian. Can you see that? It's got a Hessian base. The two Hessian bases get sandwiched in the middle, and then you use this top or bottom part, they're the same either way around, to needle felt onto. In your first box, you also get your 6 felting needles. That is 2 of each size, medium, coarse and fine. These are to help you with future projects, but that's setting you up in your first box. You don't get that again in the second, third and so on box. So going back to, oh, that's not a good needle, that one's bent. Going back, you have your that's already folded in half. It's just popped open as I let go of it. Roll this together so that you get your shape broad here and more pointy there, and then you just work on it. And I'm just going to go a little bit smaller here so you can see it better. I don't know if the buffering has stopped now, no idea. Ooh, got fluff in my mouth now as well. So I've got my body shape here, just moving this out of the way and put that there. So I'm stabbing into just the front part of this rolled up shape, and I'm concentrating my needle so that I'm getting that snout nice and pointy. And that's all I'm felting at the moment. So when you look at our instructions, just open this up, on here where the template is, you can see that the areas that are marked like that, crisscrossed, that is where we're literally just felting this area up to there, and this stays fluffy. And stab that down. So what this will do is it will give you a shape, a snout, and this will, with these projects, we do ask you to be quite diligent in stabbing things down quite firmly. So it will take a little bit longer to work on your projects compared to the larger ones when they were really quite fluffy. And so you slipping out of the picture here. So you've got this felted down and this is still loose. Now, because what we want is the dog's head has naturally got the forehead going up here. And if you stick your finger in there, you can sort of, you can see that if you put something where my thumb is poking, that will give it naturally the top of the nose, and then it goes up. So to have that bit in here, that's my thumb at the moment, we are going to take another little bit of wool, and you're going to stuff it inside. Where you put your thumb, you're actually going to stuff it with wool so that you are creating that ridge, and then the bit that goes up, so that you get that nice, just show you with a dog, that you get that nice head shape here. You're actually stuffing that inside there. And now the challenge is to needle felt that in without stabbing yourself. So you're going to make that stuffing stay in there by felting it in. And all the while you probably have to work a little bit more on the snout because that's still quite long. So shorten the snout and work on the whole shaping of the head. But you're not actually going to felt these wispy ends down. We do need them still because they need to sit, they need to fit over the body of the Dachshund. So we've got a much more distinct head by having this extra bit here, that bulge that goes up to the top of the head, and we can keep the base flat, which is exactly what we want. So we don't put this straight onto the body yet because we're making an inner neck, and the inner neck again is made from a separate piece of wool. Again, it tells you exactly in the instructions what to use. And for this one, you're folding this in half as well, and then as with the snout, you're just rolling it in, but this time you're rolling it in so that it's more of a sausage shape rather than a pointy cone shape. And then you're felting this down separately into a really firm long sausage. Well, it's not actually long, it needs to be a stubby sausage shape, but just felt the wispy fibers down first, and then felt it blunt on both ends. So you're making almost like a, well, I call it the inner neck in the instructions, but it is a blunt little shape, I guess. And then you attach it to the head to the body first before you attach the head. What has happened to me, and it might happen to you, is that you put this on there. It looks quite funny when you put that on there, and felt that on by just stabbing into the side of it, and have that sort of at an angle pointing up, not so you don't flatten the chest part. And when it's on there, what you might find is when you add the head over it, that it's actually stopping the head from getting close enough to the body. And if that is the case, then instead of pulling it off and starting over again, you just literally use a pair of scissors and you cut it short. So don't be afraid to do that. Just if it's too long, then just cut it short. Sorry, I haven't felted this on very well. Once that is the right size, because you keep testing it with the head, then you're putting the head on there. And now you have to be able to pull these fibers that you have left unfelted over the head and onto the body, and you're felting these down. Sometimes it works just getting them down roughly so that you can look at the shape, because what you need to do is you need to make sure that you get that neck shape in. This is in effect where you're going to put the collar when it's going onto the dog. And you can do so much by just sculpting it as you're going along. So this snout here, because I haven't spent a lot of time, there is a lot of air in there that needs to be felted down. It's slightly out of proportion, but remember, you have got your little template, and on here the size of the head, whether you measure it from the top down to the throat, or whether you measure it from the tip of the nose to the back of the head, is one measurement, and two of these measurements can fit into the torso. So you can see that this is way too big at the moment, because that long head fits only twice into the body. So I need to work a lot more by making that smaller, which I probably should have done before I even attached it. But you can, that's the beauty about these templates, is that you can actually work with the sizing as you go along, and just always compare it to the template that you're working with. So I hope that has helped you at least with some of the techniques here. The other parts of the body, there's no wire in this at all. I should have mentioned that maybe from the beginning, because you might think, oh, they've got really stiff legs. Why? They have no wire in them. This is just really solidly felted down, and that's how you, it's just all wool, no wire inside. So if you were expecting a wire armature, I'm sorry, you're going to be disappointed. If you were fearing to get a wire armature, you'll be pleasantly surprised. And I will only just say one other thing, is depending on how thick the neck of your dog is, these little fake leather straps that we're putting in there, maybe I should use, you each get 3 different colors in there. They might not all be purple and red and brown. There might be other colors. To make them slightly better fitting, just let me take them out, because that is something that I've noticed, is that some of my Dachshunds had longer and thinner and thicker necks. You can of course felt the neck down a bit more to make it fit, but it is you can manipulate the oh, this is so noisy, sorry. That's the disadvantage when we start to try cut plastic out. We get noisy paper in there. So this is the purple one, and to make them, to stretch them slightly, you can actually run your fingers along it, and it does make up to a centimeter difference. So you can actually stretch them a bit more by doing this. I have glued mine on there. I can't think of another way, unless you want to sew them together. I would find that really annoying, personally. But if you put it on and then thread your little tag in there, this one, then like that, it fits perfectly in there, and then put it around the neck, and then glue it together so that they reach at the top. Then you should be able to fit that on quite comfortably. I've done this on here, and it's a snug fit, but it should be fine. He's picked up a rose then as well. So that is another little tip here for our Dachshunds, and I'm just wondering what the time is. It's an hour now that I've been gibbering on here, so I'm just seeing if there's what comments we've got here. Steffi, I can't see. I think that is because I moved off the pad. I do apologize. Oh, sorry. Oh, yeah, I keep doing that. It's because I'm so intent on doing what I'm doing. I'm obviously not a professional, as you can tell. I mean, I'm happy needle felting, but what I'm saying is I'm never going to make it to a TV celebrity and professional demonstrator. I'll just be me. So I think I've just done a blooper as well. So I do apologize, guys, but if I need to redo it, let me know, and I can. Oh, lots of tennis balls. People like the tennis balls. Maybe we should just do a Maker's Box tennis ball. How about that? So, oh yes, and when you get to the eyes, let's use you. So the eyes are the little beads sewn on. And the way to do this is, rather than sewing through the head from one side to the other, go in from the back of the head with your first needle, and thread the bead on, and then go back out of the back of the head and pull it, because that way you're pulling the eye more in a natural way backwards rather than pinch it sideways. So that gives it adds to the shaping of the head, and you do one eye at a time. If for whatever reason you've put an indentation in the back of the head because you've been going back and forth with your needle, fastening the eye on, then just needle felt a tiny little patch over it again, and then obviously do the other side first, and then correct whatever has gone wrong on the back. And yeah, that's it really. The reason why he has got a slightly grayer nose is because it's a little bit of the black mixed with white, because it sets off the nose from the rest of the body. Otherwise you can't tell what the nose will look like. It's the same texture as the Dachshund himself, but actually it's a wet nose. So making that slightly grey is a really good way to add to the features of the dog, and he looks like he's got a little wet nose. He's got a plain black nose, and that works quite well because you don't want to mix any more wool. That's sort of quite a plain color there. He's got exactly the same eyes as all of the other Dachshunds. They're all the same, made in the same way. They've got the same color. You give them the impression of brown at a distance because you put a little bit of the alpaca behind all of them. So you circle them so they have almost like that lovely rich brown color that most dogs have got for eyes. And so they are black beads, but they look like they're brown eyes because they've got that alpaca strand added around the outside at the end. And oh yes, and then of course what we need to talk about is, very excitingly, what is next month's box, because that's always really exciting to look forward to, and we always tell you about this. And they're hanging out here. They're hanging out. So next month we're going to make sloths. This is Sophie's project that she has made, and they're cool dudes. They really are. And what you I should turn it round so you can see the baby better. There. So you've got obviously a baby hanging out there on its mum or dad, and then you've got another one hanging out here, and they are using wire, pipe cleaner wire armature. In your box, yes, you do get the bamboo sticks, you get the string to hang it up, and you get that decorative leaf ribbon as well. So you get everything to make all three of them, and you can position them however you like, obviously. So if you want to hang them, let them hang from the branch like she is, then you can adjust their arms, because they have got bendy arms. Sorry, I'm doing this with one hand now. Just oh dear, sloth overboard. Anyway, I'll let you play with this because I can't do this with one hand now. So yeah, you can bend their paws so that they can hang in nicely, and that is the box to look forward in August. So it's definitely worth sticking around with us. Now you know why we are in our 30 of subscription boxes, because we have some real cool projects, and that is for the August box. So as always, if you have any questions or if you need help, then join our Everyone a Maker Facebook group. There you are. We just ask you to answer 3 questions. That's only so we know why you're joining the group. We have got a if you're not into Facebook but you use the internet, obviously you would do if you're watching this, then we have a happy place forum on our website where you can ask questions and come and join us and introduce yourself, share with us what you're doing, exactly the same as what we do on our Facebook page, Everyone a Maker. They're really, really nice people. Become one of the groupies and share what you're doing. And we always have subscription competitions as well, where you can win yourself either a voucher or some goodies from our website. I don't know yet what we're doing this month, but I'm sure Emma does. So feel free to join the group, share with us what you are making, give us your feedback. We're always open and we're always listening. We want to know what works for you. We also want to know what doesn't work for you, so that we can learn from what it needs to work for you guys. It's no good if it works for us and it doesn't work for you, because then you won't want to be subscribers. So let us know what works for you and what doesn't work for you, what we can do better and what we're really good at, so we can do more of it. And I think that's it, unless I'm just going to read some of the comments, because that's the fun bit, and of course that's also the boring bit for people who basically, if they're watching this later, they might not know what the hell I was talking about. Sophie is there. Hi, Sophie. I wasn't horrible to you at all. Just popping in to say hello. I think the Dachshunds are going to be a super popular box. Yeah, we had so many new subscribers. I woke up this morning and I just checked, as you do. Yeah, I think it's going to be popular, and I think the Sloths are going to be great too. So everybody's looking forward to this box. Yeah, definitely very low maintenance pet. Thank you, Sophie, for pointing that out. So if you ever wanted a Dachshund and weren't sure about the real one, you can make a needle felted version. Just finished my butterfly while listening to you. Now to make more pebbles while stalking the postman for my Dachshunds. Oh, I love it, Teresa. Thank you for sharing that. Yeah, I think lots of people have become postman stalkers. So they all take it in. Maybe a box of chocolate at Christmas might go down well with them, and they forgive you. And I was just going to say that the butterfly will be released as a pack very soon, and we will be launching that pack. If you've missed out on the subscription box for the butterfly, but you want to make one of these amazing, it's out of reach, but it's down there, big bit butterfly picture. I'll just grab it at the risk of falling off the chair, and there you go. If you still want to make this but you've missed out of the box, we will be releasing this as a pack, but we won't be launching this until the 12th of July, when we are on Create and Craft again. On Sunday, the 12th of July at 9:45. So that's another date in the diary. And obviously, if you're watching this way after, then you should come directly to our website to get that butterfly pack. So thank you, everyone, says Nixie, for being such a friendly bunch. I'm Valley. I know it's confusing, but I'll answer to Nixie too. Oh, I see. So you're actually called Valley, not Nixie. Okay, well, that's good to know. I'd try and remember that. Faith says, love the idea of a tennis ball. Oh, yeah, we had that. Alicia says, perfect idea, Steffi. My dog loves tennis balls. Yeah, ours does as well. Pamela says, tennis ball, great idea. Valley says, tennis ball, love the tennis balls. Jackie has loads there. Diane says, great blankets and tennis. Oh, yes, and the blanket. Thank you for reminding me for that. We will have a live stream on how to make a tiny little woven pet blanket as well. And that is, I remember the date for that. That's the 16th of July at 2 p.m. This is completely needle felting unrelated. But it is a way of how you can make a tiny little blanket by using nothing that you need to buy other than you need a cardboard. You might have lots of these if you've been buying from us and getting lots of boxes delivered. You need a bit of yarn, any old yarn you can find, and then thick yarn preferably, so we can weave in and out of these strands, and then you can make a little pet blanket, or you can make lots so that you have one for each dog. And so many goodies in the first box. Absolutely. Faith says, I don't remember ever getting a first set like that. I think it's because I ordered late into the month and then wanted the fox to come out as I had just missed it. Okay, I'm not quite sure about this, Faith, but we've always put a full toolkit into people's first boxes. The only difference about the boxes now is that we've gone away from foam mats because we're trying to get rid of them altogether to this basic wool mat, which is brilliant. It's not as sophisticated and as lush and lovely as our earth mats. So when you get into needle felting, these are a definite winner and an investment. They're indestructible. They last you forever. But these are great as a toolkit in a kit just to get you going. Oh yes, the buffering has gone away. Excellent. I think there were just too many people on using the Wi-Fi here, so we haven't got great reception and not great speed to upload things, which is why I can't stream on YouTube and Facebook at the same time. That's something I really want to do, but it would just crash completely. I do now have an earth mat, which is lovely, so a little butterfly colored at the moment. Oh, you can always clean the brush mat with not the brush mat, the earth mat with our rubber brushes. So they work really well to keep your, they'll never go completely pure white again, but they go enough. You take enough fibers off so you don't have any cross contamination. Emma, can you let Steffi know she's barely in shot on this close camera? Oh yes, I've covered that. I'll just keep going. Let's just keep going on and just ignore my blooper. No wire, that's it. No wire in the no wire in the wire hair dachshund, nor the short hair, nor the long haired dog. I like the way the boxes introduce us to new techniques and different ways of doing things. Absolutely. Thank you, Pauline, for pointing that out. That's exactly the purpose. We always we want you to grow with us, and therefore we are sharing what we might already know or is also new to us. We just want to share. So if you benefit from it, all the better. Those collars are adorable. Oh, thank you, Faith. Putting dots on my starfish is annoying. Oh, sorry, Alicia, I can't help you with that. Diane says thank you for the tips. Faith, Mother Good. Faith says you are perfect as you, Steffi. Oh dear. Oh, thank you, Faith. I'm gonna blush now. Moving on quickly. Teresa, it was watchable, Steffi, but just high on the screen. Oh, I see. Yes, I know. I noticed that. It. Sorry about that. I try harder. You are our professional demonstrator, Steffi. Oh, bless. Thank you, Diane. Helen says you are our celebrity, Steffi. Oh, I'm somebody's celebrity. That's nice. Alicia says we are all Steffi followers. Oh. And Jane says thank you, Steffi. Another valuable tutorial. And then Valley says, I'm glad you're top professional and I'd feel intimidated. Always be you. You're lovely and inspiring. I promise you I will always be me. I couldn't try to be anybody else. It's just not in my nature. And Sophie says, haha, there is definitely a trick to hanging them and it helps you have more than one hand. And yes, and I didn't want to show too much, Sophie, because I know it's your project and you're going to do a much better job than I do explaining what the trick is, because I know that's something you want to show. And Faith says being famous isn't all it's cut out to be. Being loved is far more important. And Steffi, you have plenty of followers who love you. I can't read all of these out. It's not about me. Oh, thank you, everybody. That's really lovely. Thank you. And Stephanie asks, was there a subscription draw in June? Yes, there was, and somebody won the prize, but I can't remember who it was and what it was. Teresa says, is the wool interchangeable? I mean, can I make the short-haired one the red one? Yes, you can. You can change the wool around. That's what I've tried to say, that you can vary the colorways. Definitely can vary them around. And with the wire-haired, you can add more of the lighter or the darker into it to give it more of a brindle color or more of a black color, whichever way around. Sophie, you have done a fabulous job. Absolutely, the sloths are amazing. Donna says, Steffi, you are brilliant. Oh, I'm not reading any more compliments. I'm not reading them out loud. I'll just read them quietly and then just feel really happy. Oh, Wow, another great sub box for August. Alicia says, so will you be demoing it for us, Sophie? I know, Alicia, you're dying to see Sophie on screen, and she will be on screen because I'm gonna have a week's holiday soon. So she's stepping in for me. Yoo-hoo! And of course Sophie will introduce her own subscription box designs as well. I'm so excited for the Sloths, Faith and Alyssa, and yes, you'll get all the bits to make the hanging too. Love the Sloths. Jackie says, I agree, Steffi. It's lovely watching and sharing in the live chat whilst watching your tutorials. Thank you so much. And the Sloths look amazing, Sophie. Sophie says, Alicia, yes, I'll be showing some tips, including how to hang them. So the June's competitions have closed and the winner will be announced very soon. Okay, so it's closed, but we haven't announced the winner yet. July's competitions to be advised, but we will let you know shortly. And I think, oh my goodness, no, we're not at the end yet. How many comments are there? My postie's got a felted gift. Oh, Donna, that's so nice. One postie got a mouse dressed as a postie. Oh, the other postie also owns a farm, so I made her a wee sheep. That's so nice. What can you make for your postie as you're going to be running towards them with arms outstretched? Give me the box. Give me the box. So what are you going to be making for your postie? We should actually have a competition about this, or at least a post themed. What are you making for your postie to apologize and make up for your impatient stretched out hands and arms and tutting when the box hasn't arrived so yet. That'd be really amazing to see that. Oh yes, Sophie's going to be on video. Chandra will definitely take the day off for that. Did you miss me last time, Chandra? Surely not. Maybe she did actually, I don't know. So much stuff going on. Absolutely, Adonna, what a great idea to thank your postie. I agree. Alicia says, thank you, the makers, we appreciate you. Donna says, what size is the cardboard so we can have it ready? As far as I know, it should be already said on the advice for the YouTube thingy, but I'm measuring it now, and it is 17 centimeters long by, oh no, actually you need to add a bit more because there's at least, so it's 23 to 25 centimeters long, and mine is 12 centimeters wide, and I think I have already passed these measurements on, so you might find them on that on the advance notice on YouTube for the live stream, and that's also where it tells you what other materials you need. I've ordered your book. I'm going to be busy. Oh no, Lizzie, but remember that anybody who can't watch these live streams live, you can always watch them later on, so you don't need to have a certain time available in the day. They will stay on our YouTube channel. You can watch them anytime. You can rewatch them as well if you watch them once. And remember to tell your friends to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Like the video that you've, or the live stream that you've just watched, or the video that you've watched, and share it with your friends. Don't be mean now. Share it. We share. You should share too. And I think that's basically yes, that's basically me. Come and watch how the Wild Rose Fairy is made on Sunday at 2 p.m. on Facebook on the Creative Craft Show. And other than that, I just can't wait to see little happy Dachshunds appearing on our Facebook feed and wherever you want to share them with us. Can't wait to see yours. And if you've got a little story to tell why you've made that particular one, that would be amazing, because they're just very individual and very personal. So you may have had one, you may still have one, maybe you want one. And whether it's made from wool or the real McCoy, let us know. Tell us your Dachshund story, and definitely show us the photos. And if you get stuck in at any point, give us a shout, because we're there to we're always there to help you. So that's all from me, and thank you everybody for participating in the chat. Thank you, Emma and Sophie in particular, for being there and supporting not just me obviously, but everybody else who is there. It's been an absolute pleasure. I've been so excited to do this, And like I say, this is not a one-off thing. I'll be just as excited next month. It's a never-ending thing. Always excited about the boxes. So you'll get the same excitement next time, but this one we're just no, I can't say the word now. What is the word? Relish? No, revel. I don't know which one the right one is. We'll just enjoy and just enjoy this one for now. So take care. I will see you very, very soon because I'm going to be back. What is today? Wednesday. Oh, I'm sure there's something else I'm doing this week. So I will see you later on. And until then, take care, everybody, and happy stabbing. And wait for your boxes.